Yeah,
Dari, good morning.
Good morning, Dari.
Good morning, guys. You know what? Listen, it is no small feat what Bart has successfully achieved. I have sent multiple messages to Phil because doing this daily show in Oklahoma now, he had OU as the fourth best team in the league, which is higher than most people have. So I've been trying to get him, and I have messaged. I've done the freaking Facebook Messenger. I've done DMs on Twitter. I've texted what I believe is his home number. I can't get any reply back. Now, this may go back to some time when we had him regularly on ESPN Radio, Dari Mel, and then we stopped having him on because I don't know. It might have made him mad.
Hard feelings.
Oh, Dari.
Yeah, he might be a little sensitive now. So,
oh my! You know what?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll ask him when we have him on. I'm going to ask him if he's ghosting you.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
I'm 100%. By the way, have you seen
yeah.
Dari's guest list since he's been doing this show? I see it occasionally on Twitter, and it's like the who's who.
I would expect nothing less.
I mean, he just pulls out his phone and he's like, who do we want to talk to today? How about Mel Kiper? We'll just have Mel on. The first show, Mel Kiper. Bang.
That's what 21 years at ESPN will do for you, man. You get a pretty good contact list of analysts and friends and other coaches and all that, man. I'm working. You know who's going to come on in August?
Chuck Barrett.
Chuck Barrett.
Yeah.
You at some point, and our old buddy Brett Bielema. He's going to come on. He's going to come on in August, man. So we're working the list.
What's your favorite? By the way, are you okay? You sound like you got a little scratchy throat. You probably been talking too much at SEC Media Day. I know we probably made you get up early, long hours. Thank you for doing that. You okay?
I'm good. It's just 4 days of radio and then TV. It's just okay. We're gonna have a nice hot honey water sitting next to me all show today. So.
Oh, okay. I've been there. What do we call that at Starbucks, Bart? What is it? The medicine ball or whatever?
Yeah, the medicine ball. Yeah. Just a homemade version of the medicine.
Go. All right. Before we move into other things, your favorite Brett Bielema story?
Oh, God, there's nothing I can tell, man. All right, I'll tell you this one. So one night, we're out. A bunch
it
of
always
us
starts with one night.
Yeah, one night. Listen. There was a good period of my life. Okay, not for publication outside of talking to you guys and whoever's listening, which is plenty of people, where I would say that 85% of my nights out in a given year were spent with Brett Bielema. So we'll go there. So one night we're out hanging out. We go over to Herman's, of course, and there's a few of us, and we go to this other couple places that he likes, and it gets to be like 12:45, and I got to work early in the next morning or travel home or something. I don't remember it. And I'm going back to the hotel, so I'm like, all right, man, I'm taking off. And so I leave. And I'm going. I don't remember what hotel I'm going to, but I literally leave, and he's still sitting there with a couple other buddies, and he's still sitting at the bar. And I'm like, okay, well, I got out of there. That's good because I got to get some sleep. I get to the hotel, and I don't think I stopped anywhere, but I'm walking through the lobby, and my phone rings, and I'm walking towards the hotel, and I answer the phone, and it's him. He goes, "Where the blank are you going?" I said, "I'm going to my room." He goes, "No, you're not. Turn your butt around." I turn around. He's walking to the hotel bar. And I left before him. Like, he still had a tab to pay. I don't know how he got there before me. It's like he knew a shortcut.
Yeah.
And sure as you know what, man, I turned around and went and had another one. But no, he's the best, man.
Hey, there's no more fun to be had. That all the stories, all the times, it's a great time every time.
Every time.
I'm sure he's pleased that you told that story. We'll send that to him and see if we can also get him to ghost you from coming on your show.
Yeah. If you wouldn't mind. Hey, look, he makes no bones about it, right? I mean, Brett likes to go out and have a good time. But at the same time, I guarantee he might have been out till 2 a.m. He was at work at 6.
That's right. He was.
Every time.
He was amazing.
Day, like, I don't. Other than Chris Doering, I've never known anybody who could do more with less sleep in my life than Brett Bielema. And that's a credit to him because, let's be real, like, Arkansas fans may not want to hear it, but he's got a pretty good program right now up in Champaign.
They're a playoff contender if you listen to Dan Orlowski.
They're legit. So that dude busts his butt. He works hard and he plays hard. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, what did you think of just Arkansas and Pittman and thoughts and where we find the Razorbacks coming out of SEC Media Days, which really doesn't mean a whole lot other than it just sort of marks where we are on the calendar?
Yeah, I mean, I'd said a couple times this week to various, Arkansas stations and whoever I talk to that I feel like that's the one team I just can't put my finger on. There's so many new pieces. I mean, everybody loves Talon, of course, but there's so many new pieces. The defense has enough guys back to probably be good, but are they really good? I don't know what to expect. I don't. So, I kind of have to listen to Sam, and he doesn't. He makes a big deal out of not speaking coach speak, and he doesn't. He does not give you that crap, as you guys know, and he likes them. And I'm going to go with he likes them, so I guess I can like him. I mean, I love Talon. Talon is obviously an incredible talent. He's an awesome guy. He's a great leader. Teammates love him. He's everything you want in your starting quarterback. And if that's the one known commodity, then you're off to a pretty good start. So, are they going to compete for the league? No, not at all. Are they going to, is that a team that could surprise and get to 7 or 8 wins? Maybe. But I just, every year he's up there, and Sam is, and I think it's refreshing. And then he comes on the set with us for about 12 to 13 minutes, and he's even more refreshing, and he's fun, and he's loose, and he's honest. And I love the guy, and I hope it works out, man. I don't want this to be his last media days, because he's one of the great parts of it every single year.
Dari Nowkhah, SEC Network, with us on the Chuck and Bo Show here.
Dari, when you look at Arkansas, what do you think's got to happen for that to be the case? I mean, for him to be back next year, for the Razorbacks to have the kind of season that's going to get him back.
It's an offensive line that gives Talon time to throw the ball to a group of receivers that hopefully he's integrated himself with and that have integrated themselves with that offense, Bobby. So that's I'll look at a defense and I'll give them the benefit of the doubt enough to say they can be middle of the pack. I think they're going to go as far as Bobby's offense can go with protection for Talon Green, enough of a run game, and him staying healthy. And that may be the biggest wild card of everything. We know his style of play. He's a big kid, which is great, but we know his style of play, and we see quarterbacks get dinged up a little bit often like that. We've seen it happen with him. So I think they'll go as far as that offense can take them, and I'm curious to see with so many new pieces. I mean, when you look at their proposed or likely depth chart, it's just transfer. It's not dissimilar to Oklahoma, really, but it's how quickly they have come together to this point and how quickly they'll do it when training camp starts in the fall. And I think that's the thing that dictates how far they go.
If we zoom out a little bit, Dari, I think about storylines, okay? Not necessarily about who's going to win the league. But there's a lot of storylines to sort of follow. What's year 2 like at Alabama for Kalen DeBoer? Hugh Freeze is catching it from every direction. Arch Manning at Texas. Brian Kelly. The word hot seat gets thrown around with Brian Kelly. I mean, Brent Venables, Oklahoma. I mean, how many storylines do we have?
It's amazing. Bo, you're right. It's amazing. The top 3, if you take out LSU, who I happen to think is really good, but the top 3 teams in the league in terms of being projected all have first-year starting quarterbacks. So Georgia, Texas, Alabama. So that certainly is enough to throw a question mark in there. I think there's 3 or 4 middle-of-the-league teams that could all at the end of the year be competing for a conference championship and certainly a playoff spot. I'm looking at Florida and Oklahoma, South Carolina. I have a hard time. I go back and forth on what I think Jackson Arnold can do at Auburn. And then I had an experience with Hugh Freeze this week where he made it sound to me like he had no choice but to bring Jackson to media days because Jackson needs that kind of reassurance, And then Hugh's telling other media people, we have to ask DJ Durkin, our defense, to make sure that practice does not end without Jackson feeling confident. And I don't know if that's inherently Jackson and he's just inherently insecure. There's no question the kid's talented. Or did OU screw him up that bad last year?
That's like doing a show with Chuck.
Right? You suddenly start questioning everything.
I'm like, hey, we got to make sure the show ends with Chuck feeling good so he comes back tomorrow.
But, like, you know what? You can.
That was too easy.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was too
So
easy.
just, you know, so it's good to know it's the Bo and Jackson show. I love it, man. That's great.
Hey, that's a honestly, that just seems like a wild thing for a head coach to say. Like it sounds like if that's true, why would you go out and say that?
It happens a lot.
Because
you just don't say it.
But what I'm saying is if he tells people that, you're actually defeating what you're trying to do. Like, my guy's so
That's
insecure.
exactly right.
Like, what?
So I'll tell you guys, like, I walked in the day before it was Auburn Day. Hugh and their crew got there a little early. So I walk in the hotel. It's 7:00 at night. He's about to do a local interview to not get out for the next day. So I walk in, I see him, go up. You know, it's always kind of fun to see him because he's going to tell you whatever. But like what he told me that, and I hadn't told that to anybody. I'm like, I know that's not something he's going to want me to say. It's just, you know, it's good background information for me personally.
Yeah.
But then he went on, I think it might have been with Dusty and Danny, and essentially said that, like, we make sure we don't end practice without him feeling confident. And Dusty came to me and he goes, do you know what Hugh said to me? And I said, no. He goes, we make sure we don't end practice. And then I just jumped in without Jackson feeling confident. He goes, yes. Like, if I'm a defensive player on that team, like, that pisses me off. You don't want me to play hard because we got a quarterback that's got real confidence issues and we got to treat him like an infant? Like, is that what we're doing? So that is not the headspace for an SEC starting quarterback, is it?
Man. I'm telling you, last year he threw the quarterback under the bus a few times in a press. This is, I got to say, I thought when he was, and we don't have to stay on this, but I thought when Hugh was hired at Auburn, I thought, oh, that's going to be great. And he just seems like he's not the same coach that we've seen in the past, and at least in the way that he, I don't know, talks about his players. I don't know. Auburn can do weird things to you. I mean, it's a different place.
Yeah. They've got as big an opener as anybody in this league at Baylor. Like that. That's going to tell us a lot.
By the way, we got some interesting openers. With Bama at Florida State. That game with Baylor, LSU, Clemson, Arkansas,
South Carolina, Virginia Tech.
Yeah. If Arkansas wins 6 games, Dari, given their schedule, and I don't know if you remember what their schedule looks like, but it includes Notre Dame coming to Fayetteville and a road trip to Memphis. Is that a good season?
I think so. Well, yeah, I think we get hung up sometimes on does this record qualify as good or bad? I want to know what the record looks like, right? So
what the schedule looks like.
Navigate back-to-back road games. Who's right before Memphis? Somebody's right before Memphis.
Yeah, Oxford, Ole Miss.
Yeah. So that's tricky, right? Like, I think Memphis is a game they got to win, right? I think you certainly can't lose Ark State, and I give Sam credit because, as he told me, he's the first coach that's ever said yes to playing Ark State, and props to him for doing that because we want those matchups. Take care of that business, though. Memphis, that's a game that's going to be tough to come back from if they lose because and then Notre Dame being at home is no joke. So in Texas going to Austin for the first time in forever. Yeah, it's a tough grind. I want to see who the 6 wins are, and then I want to see who the 6 losses are. If we're talking about 6-6, I think 6-6 can look a lot. It can take a lot of different forms.
Man, it's always great to have you on. Thanks for making time for us.
I got one question.
Yeah,
though.
please.
Chuck, are we confident? Do we feel good this morning?
I feel good. I feel great. I could have gone either way at the end of the last hour. I'm not going to lie to you, but you've restored my faith, Dari. Thank you.
You got it.
You make us all feel better, brother. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Dari.
I'll see you guys.
All right, man. Talk soon. He's the best. Dari Nowkhah, SEC Network, the face of the SEC Network.